I'm starting to feel some bad news coming along, and that's when he said it. I'm going to have to medically disqualify you, Enna. And just at that moment, I kind of just started bawling my eyes out. My next thought was like, I'm not gonna graduate a student athlete. I'm not gonna get to wear that sash. For me, all I cared about was college swimming. Being able to say like I got a scholarship to school, and I did that, but it didn't last. When I started swimming, I think it was like around the age of 12. I swam in Canada. Throughout that career, kind of worked up my way up to nationals and junior nationals, and we have senior nationals. I had actually qualified for Olympic trials the year before I started school. So Thursday morning, it's like 6 a.m. when my alarm went off, because practice started at 6:30. As I was trying to turn off the alarm and as I was getting up out of bed, I fell, hit my head, hit my back, and that's just kind of how the injuries ended up starting. The day I got cleared from my concussion, they told me, you can go back to the water. So I rushed over to the pool. I jumped into the pool, and I kept feeling this weird back pain in one certain spot. And I kind of kept telling my coach, I'm like, Mandy, I feel like something's really hurting me in one spot. And we were both like, we'll just swim through it, it's fine. You know, it's probably just something from the fall. So I went to lift, so I go down, grab the bar, and I pull it up. And that's when you could hear a pretty loud pop, and I just dropped the bar and fell to my knees. So I got an x-ray done the next day, and they got the results pretty immediately. And so the doctor at the time looked at it, and he said, it looks like you had a fracture when you fell out of your bed, but you ripped the muscle off the spine, called an avulsion fracture. And that was about a month before trials. First off, he closed the door, and that was kind of like, okay, like I'm starting to feel some bad news coming along, and that's when he said it. That's the first time the term medical disqualification came up. So I just remember sitting there, and I looked at Bob, I'm like, please, anything we can do. And he's like, nothing's helping. You know, we've done 15 odd so injections of all different sorts, and nothing's working. You know, you're not finding any relief, so why put you through this? Like, you have to think long term. Nothing changes. The only thing that's gonna happen to you is you don't swim anymore. You know, you are still a student athlete. You graduate with that sash on, you get your degree, you get your scholarship, nothing's going to change. I went up to Mandy's office, and she looked at me, she's like, what'd they say? And it's, you know, I'm crying again, like they told me it's over. So she said, you know what, why don't you stay on as team manager? So I really tried to embrace that role. At that time, especially that week after, and maybe a couple weeks after that, it was hard to kind of get up in the morning, you know, I didn't have a purpose anymore. Throughout all this, I got involved with SAC and got involved with mental health and promoting that on my team especially. I made sure that no one else felt the way that I did. Slowly, I started to get involved in other things and staying as involved as I could. I got to view swimming and college athletics from a completely different viewpoint.
Like, I get to see someone who lost a lot and lost what I would call everything about her, lost her identity and had to start over and find something new, and was able to create and, you know, make a change for not only herself but for everybody else, which is really impressive.
I tell every athlete that I've met that has gotten disqualified, go explore, go meet new people. Throughout all this, I realized that I really wanted to get involved in college athletics. I also know now that I want to do psychiatry. I want to focus on that sport route. With the mental health piece, I may not be a swimmer anymore, and I'm still sort of a student athlete. I'm going to hold on to that for the rest of my life, but I'm definitely everybody else's advocate now.